Amazon Prime members now get free grocery delivery with the minimum order. You'll get your groceries with 2-hour delivery. So in that time, you can use photo filters to imagine what you would look like with bangs. But don't do it. Just imagine. Meditate. Notice your body. Feel your breath. Am I doing this right? Get lost in a Wikipedia spiral. How do flowers propagate? Whatever it is you're doing with your time, your shopper will be carefully picking out your favorite groceries while providing contactless delivery to your door. Free 2-hour grocery delivery, now with Prime.
Welcome to Cosmic Channels. Open minds on cosmic lines. If you want to call in to future episodes of Cosmic Channels, the number is 1-833-703-0424. The lines are open Sundays between 6:30 and 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time. The Cosmic Channels are open. Cosmic Channels number 6.
I'm Braden.
I'm Zell.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Andrew.
All right. It's taking, lines are open now for some UFO encounters, some sightings.
Yeah, have you seen strange lights in the sky, discs, anything like that? Let us know. Give us a call at 1-833-703-0424. That's 1-833-703-0424. And together, collectively, we're your alien theorists. We have another show called Alien Theorists Theorizing. You can find that on iTunes. But tonight, we're talking about UFOs.
There's been some UFO sightings in the news recently. There's one in Ontario the other day. No,
what was that one about?
Well, it's just it's your standard blurry long range iPhone video, but nonetheless, they're there.
I've been kind of waiting for the dust to settle on that Brazil one that happened a couple weeks ago, where there was like the alleged crash, and then you had the black helicopters flying around looking for a craft. Apparently,
yeah, read a bunch about it, but
early.
then some people are like, "Oh, it was fake," and then others are like, "It was." They actually retrieved something. So yeah, waiting for more to come out about that one. But has any of us? Have you guys ever seen a UFO? Like something that you couldn't explain?
I haven't seen. I've had the weird experience with Mr. Conspiracy in the Woods.
Oh, the scratching metal one?
The scratchy metal one, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Where
fucking
we were
scary
hunting.
story, man.
It was scary.
Creepy story for sure.
I know I've told it on the other pod. I could tell it again on this one.
Yeah, tell it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tell it while we wait for a call.
Yeah.
We need some filler.
Yep.
Last week, when I had a story, Dan was like, "You've already told me that story. I only want new stories." That's what he told me. So I was hesitant to bring up any story that I've told in the past. Basically, hunting into the night. It was we'd go out for last light. This has got to be about 5 years now. 5 years ago,
At least
4 years ago, and we were up at our hunting spot in Glen Rosa. It's way up there past the Telemark ski area. You kind of go up this back road, and there's this long slope that we used to hike and walk around, and we'd park the truck down the road and do this big loop at dusk. So really nice night, no clouds. We go out, we're sitting in the truck. I had this great blue F-150, and we parked, we do the walk, and we kind of sit in the woods and we wait till last light. So it's like we sit out there until that last little bit, where it's like almost every time if you do a long blink and open your eyes, it's like a little bit darker. Like it's getting dark. So we sit out there till we're like, okay, well, we're not going to shoot anything. It's too dark, but you can still kind of see. So we're walking back, and again, nice night. There was no wind. There's no clouds, nothing, clear. And as we're walking back, it was so weird. We're walking side by side down this trail, and then all of a sudden, there was so much wind picked up. Like it was like the only way I can explain it, it's like we were in the middle of a hurricane. all of a sudden. Oh no, was it? Yeah, it was middle of a hurricane, and it just everything. The bushes on either side of us just started swirling so loud, and there was this like loud like grinding, like it sounded like two metal discs like having a hard time turning, and it was so loud that we both dropped. Like we dropped down into like a squat, and we were both looking at each other like, "Holy fuck!" And it just went on for a bit, and we were sitting there, and we're like, "Oh man." We were like underneath some treetops and stuff. I can't remember. See, I don't know if my brain's playing tricks on me. I have a hard time remembering it as well because I'm pretty sure the last time I told it on our other podcast was very recently after it happened. I just remember being down, crouched down, and we're like, holy shit, what's going on here? The wind was just going wild. We were crouched down, sitting there just looking in the bushes, and you could hear it sounded like it was all around us, this metal. And then as fast as it started, it just stopped. Just everything stopped. And then it was quiet again. We both looked at each other and just booked it. We ran so fast back to my truck, like jumped in, booted it up, and got the hell out of there. And was like talking about it as we were driving down the hill. We were like, what the hell was that? Like that was wild. And there's only been a few times where I get that like primal fear where like you're in the woods and like you get the goosebumps and like everything, all your hair, and you just feel like you're extra alert. And it was wild. We talked about it after that, maybe it was a UFO hovering in the distance or right around us.
Well, what the fuck else would it be? Like,
I don't know, dude. It was the weirdest thing. And like people are like, "Oh, you're full of shit." I'm like, I don't know what it was. It happened. I remember it happened. The only thing I can't really remember, I think it may have been a little like fog had rolled in, like just a light fog. But I remember when we went out, it was nice, but I can't remember. But it was terrifying.
Yeah,
I'll never forget
fucking
it.
terrifying.
That is fucking terrifying.
And then the only other time we saw was Zella was with you, and we saw a spaceship docking on the ISS. But we didn't find out till weeks later that had happened the same night we thought we saw something.
Yeah, we seen like two stars look like circling each other. And we're like just sitting there like, what the hell is that? And they like slowly like rotated and then they merged as they came across the sky. And we're like, well, that was fucking weird. And then sure enough, like a week later, we're like, oh, if you were out stargazing on this night, you might have seen the ISS docking. And I was like, oh, that's definitely what
they want you to think.
That's what they want.
Yeah,
They want you to
100%.
think. It's a cover up.
You might have
though.
seen some
Come on.
swamp gas around the ISS.
Yeah, it's a cover up, buddy.
So
That's cool.
lines are pretty cold tonight.
Cold lines.
It's because we started late, man. Everyone was like, well, I guess they're not doing it.
Maybe.
Aren't they used to
If you
that?
don't
by
start
now,
on
though?
time, then everybody
I'm calling to
had
make
their
sure it
phones
works.
out, and then they just like at 9:01 they just put them away.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, well, they called. Line was dead.
It does work.
These
I
guys
just
are
called.
usually always on time. So
Yeah.
this is ridiculous. Better shut it down.
Something must have happened to them.
But if you have a UFO, have you ever seen strange lights in the sky? Call us in. We've had tons of people write into the show about UFO encounters and stuff, but
Braden, I feel like you're just more susceptible to all things paranormal and alien related. Like, what experience have you not had?
a cryptid encounter. I've never seen
What are
an
you talking
alien.
about? Mothman fucking landed on your light post outside your house.
That's
you had
true.
you had
I was
Lou
fine,
Bega
though.
in your house.
Yeah, Lubega. I've had a Lubega run in. 100%.
Exactly. And you had the scratchy metal alien run in. Like you hit the big three,
Yeah.
buddy.
The hat trick.
You got the big three. You got the Hattie.
At the Hattie.
The Hattie, a cryptid, Lubega, and a UFO. So
Yeah, buddy.
Just hope Lou Bega's that needs to be a thing. Like that needs to become a thing for sure.
I think it is a thing.
Yeah, I think
He
it's
admits
already.
it. I think we
It's
were
not
late
the
to
Hat
that
Man
trend.
anymore. No, when I see it posted on Facebook, have you seen this man from like, Lou Bega?
The
Then it's a
Hat
thing.
Man.
The Hat Man, otherwise known as Lou Bega.
Well, self-proclaimed too, right? He's deemed it. He's
The
admitted
Hat
being the
Man.
Admitted.
All right,
To
Cosmic
be-
Channel
Right.
6 off to a slow start. What do you do in a call-in show if no one calls in?
Yeah, I was
I
just
don't know.
thinking that.
We can just keep drinking until we play Dungeons and Dragons.
We can
after.
do that, yeah.
Get a nice pregame in.
Oh man, I gotta wait for these muscle relaxers to kick in too.
You're drinking on
it's
muscle
gonna be fun.
relaxers?
I'd have to be. I would not
Oh.
be sitting right now if I weren't.
What Were you lifting? Hurt your back?
Yeah, fucking stupidness.
Everyone I know who lifts heavy always hurts their back. You guys just got to
Listen.
cut this out before you get fused fucking discs and vertebrae in your back, and you get titanium plates. You're standing, you can't even bend over because
Here's
all
the
your
story.
things are fused.
Here's the story. Fucking 2 years ago, I'm at the gym. I've already successfully deadlifted 500 pounds once in my life. I'm at the gym with my best friend, and I look at him and I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Maybe I'll try and get 500 pounds again. And he looks at me, he's like, if you don't do it, you're a pussy. So I'm like, okay, it's on. So I go and I try to pull the weight, and it's not happening. It's not working. And he's just looking at me, calling me a pussy the whole time. So I like bent over, spine in the air, pull 500 pounds, and feel each one of my vertebrae pop and herniate
looked like
every
he was-
disc in my back.
So everybody,
I wasn't
if-
there, but from what I'm told, is he looked like he was doing that cat arch pose when he was.
Oh, that's exactly what it was. You were there, and it was on camera. You can hear your voice.
if you need Andrew to do something dangerous and stupid, call him a pussy.
100%. That's initiate little man syndrome. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
And I will do anything.
Little man
Doesn't matter what it
system
is.
engaged.
Oh yeah. So ever since then, I've had the worst back ever. Like,
Oh, is that a call on the line?
Nope, no call.
False alarm.
this is
Is the line even working tonight? Someone just want to call and tell us a story. It doesn't have to be UFO then.
I called it to make sure it worked. It was working.
It works.
That's so sad.
Well, that's fucked. Last time we like just
So
people
sad.
were struggling to get through. Now whoop,
Yeah, I know.
we've
Someone else
gone
call
through.
it. Someone else call it. Make sure it's working.
We
Just
exhausted
make
our phone.
I think that's just the way it is with a call-in show. I think some weeks we're gonna hit it out of the park, and some weeks we're gonna have struggle.
People are busy on Sunday evenings.
I must be. Okay, well, in the meantime, I'm gonna pull up. I'll pull up a couple of videos here.
Well, did you see that
what's
one that somebody posted on our website with like, I don't know where it was, but that lightning strike, and then you could see like what looked like something like a giant black craft. It was pretty nuts.
Oh, we got our first call.
Oh yeah.
To the lines, to the phone lines.
Let me unmute them here. Well, that's in the middle of pulling up a video, but that's all good. Hello, you're on Cosmic Channels.
Can you guys hear me?
There you are. Yep. Who we speaking with?
Oh, cool. Cool. My name's Donnie, like Donnie Osmond.
Donnie. Where you
But
calling from?
Hey. Like Donatello.
I'm from Houston.
Like Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah, man. Oh, dude, I hate that. Anyway, every time I Google my name, not that I do that often, but when I do,
You get
that guy
Donnie
always
Wahlberg?
comes up.
Awesome, man. How's it going? You
So-
seen a UFO?
Well, all right. So here's my thing. I don't have a UFO, but I missed the cryptid one, but I do have a cryptid one. So
Huh.
I know this isn't cryptid, but
Throw it up there. Get
I mean,
it out there.
you
You're
guys
the first
aren't doing
caller.
cryptids today, but
Let's hear it.
all right. So it was probably about, oh man, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. And so I was in this house. I was renting this house, and dude, I had some pretty crazy neighbors, man. Like they were pretty crazy. So, but I didn't know that. So, for example, like one of my neighbors, like there were these kids, right, that lived maybe a house or two down, and they were shooting fucking birds. They were just shooting birds with like BB guns. And my mom at the time, my mom was like, "Hey, what are you guys doing? Like, why are you guys shooting birds?" And the kids grabbed the birds off the ground, smashed their heads onto the freaking sidewalk, threw them in a pillowcase, right? Slung the pillowcase over his shoulder, and he was like, "We eat these," and he ran off. I mean, it was like some weird shit going on, like with these neighbors. So anyway, there was a lot of weird, like paranormal type phenomena that would go on in the house. And so one night, I was, having a little round at Edward Forty's hands, or whatever you want to, I was having a good time.
We're
with
familiar.
40s, and yeah. And so I had this weird experience where, and this is, I guess, a common experience because I couldn't move, but it was weird, man. It was like a lucid dream. I was dreaming, but I was kind of awake at the same time, and there was this weird, like cloaked type figure, and my door, like, so hold on. So first off, I could see something out of the corner of my eye. Almost like how like gargoyles are kind of like attached to like the corner of a ceiling or something. They're kind of like a buttress type thing, like they're up there.
Yeah.
So so it was, you know, you could kind of see it like that. Like I could kind of see it like that out of the corner of my eye. So I'm trying to look at it, but I can't move my body. So I can only move like my eyeballs, basically. So I'm like straining the hell out of my eyeballs trying to look at whatever the hell this thing is, but I can't move. And I'm very, you know, consciously aware of it. So so long story short is, after, I don't know how long it took, because there's really a weird concept of time, you know, during that. And so, but after some time, whatever, it stops, and then my door opens, and this weird, like, short, cloaked, like, figure comes into my room, and he, like, shakes his fist, and then he, like, points out the door, like get the fuck out, kind of thing. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what the hell is this? You know, this is some wacky shit. And then, you know, obviously I listened to like paranormal podcasts and stuff like that. And a couple years ago, so this was like maybe 5 years ago when this happened to me, but then maybe a couple years after that, so a couple years ago, there was this dude, and he was telling a similar story, and he described like the kind of robe that his cryptid thing was wearing. And then I looked it up, and I was like, because I'd never heard of that kind of robe or whatever before. I looked it up, it was the exact thing that my guy was wearing. And I was like, oh shit, like we got the same guy, you know what I mean? Or whatever it is, you know? And I woke up, it was weird because I woke up still screaming out loud, and I was like, what do you want, kind of thing. And I ended up having to break my lease and moving out of that house because the neighbors were literally like, they threatened, like I had like death threats and stuff from my neighbors. It was weird for like basically no reason, like it was crazy. So, well, there was reasons, but I'm brown, so I live in Texas, so, but yeah, it was weird. And
Not those
so,
guys.
Buddy,
yeah,
it
man,
seems like you're
there's
dealing
no
with
doubt.
fucking two things here: shitty neighbors and a little old curmudgeon cryptid that's trying to get you off his lawn, shaking his fist at you. Why yada?
Get out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a
but it was
big
weird because I couldn't tell if the cryptid was benevolent. Like I couldn't tell if the cryptid was trying to tell me like, hey man, these people are fucked up, you got to go. You know what I mean? Or if he was like, you know what I mean? Because it was like a week after that crazy cryptid thing. I things got really, really bad, and I had to like move. So like it was weird. It was almost like it was warning me or something, because it told me to leave.
Oh, maybe he's
I
giving
don't
you a
know.
sign like bad things are coming. You
Yeah,
gotta
get
go.
the fuck out.
That's not. That's
Yeah, man.
no one.
Fucking,
That's a why I yada.
Yeah.
That's a threat. That's a threat for sure.
yeah.
Awesome. Hey, thanks, Donnie. We appreciate the call.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we'll talk to you again.
Right on. Take care, brother.
Bye.
Have any of you guys heard of that cryptid before? Like that description?
It's like a
No, of a little
dwarf,
curmudgeon?
little curmudgeon,
Yeah, little curmudgeon.
dwarf cryptid.
Just a little grumpy cryptid.
Why yada?
Coot of an onion.
All right,
right in the kisser.
cosmic channels are flowing. Let's bring in our second caller.
Hey,
Hello.
what's up? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Welcome to Cosmic
Yes, sir.
Channels.
Yeah, so is this this is ATT, right?
Yep, same guys. Same show, different. Well, same but different.
Okay.
Just taking calls.
Oh, okay. All right, so yeah, I'm just calling in because I seen you guys, you guys were talking about like alien stories, whatever like that.
Yeah.
So, I think I was coming back from my Santa Cruz and all that, right? And I swear, man, there was like this shiny object in the sky, and I was sober, so it was definitely something, that just seemed very suspicious to me. But then it just like disappeared into the clouds, and I just never saw it again.
And whereabouts
And
was this?
It was huge.
Whereabouts was the sighting?
It was in Santa Cruz.
And were you the only one to see it, or was there lots of people that seen it at the same time?
No, it was my ex. She seen it,
Oh,
but she
crazy.
thought I was retarded. So, yeah.
Well, so it
I
was
guess she's an ex for a reason. That's good.
it was like a disc. A class.
No, it was kind of like a it kind of looked like a rectangle.
Okay. But shiny.
Yeah, it was just really shiny.
No noise.
Nope, no noise, just very shiny.
Any lights
and it
coming
just
off
like
it?
disappeared, man. Nope, Nope, no lights, nothing like that.
Was it traveling fast, or was it just hovering and disappeared? Or was it like slowly hovering and then just disappeared off in the distance?
No, I was just hovering and just moving.
And then it was gone.
And then it was gone, yeah. Like it disappeared into the clouds and then it never popped back out.
Oh, that's weird.
It was weird. How?
Yeah, that's
how
what I
big do you
thought was
think?
weird about it too. And I could, shit, it had to be fucking big, man. It had to be the size of a plane.
Gee. So we got a plane-sized metallic object.
Yep. Yeah. We were on the freeway, and then, I was looking, and then I seen it, and then I told my ex, and then she was like, "Yeah, what is that?" But then when it like disappeared, she acted like it was nothing, like, oh, like that was something that you normally see.
Huh. That's a UFO
Now,
to me.
I got a question. It's going to seem weird, but there's where I'm live, there's been quite a few UFO sightings in like the 80s and early 90s. And one of the ones that gets described a lot around here is that people describe seeing like a giant mattress, like a silver mattress almost. Floating in
it
the
was
sky.
literally like a goddamn rectangle.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's such a weird shape, but like I'd never heard of that before until I moved here. And then like a lot of people will tell stories of seeing this like giant, some people have described it as big as like a football field, this metallic, like, and people just say they're like, it's going to sound weird, but it looked like a giant mattress, like a silver mattress floating through the air.
Yeah. It definitely wasn't like moving fast or anything. It was just, just hovering there and then just like slowly moving. And then I don't know what happened to it after it went into the clouds because it never popped back out.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's such an odd shape for like anything we would have too.
Yeah, it's not aerodynamic, so
Yeah.
at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah. So it wasn't able to like move and, like crazy or anything like that. So
Oh, that's a UFO in my books.
yeah,
unidentified.
I wasn't able to forget it. That was like what, shit, I would say like 8 years ago when that happened.
And never seen anything like it again?
No, the only other like spooky type of, it doesn't have to, it's not like alien related or anything like that. But one time I was like super tired or whatever, and I swear I thought I saw like a wolf on the freeway, but I don't know what the hell that was about.
It was like a big black dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a common one too. Giant black dogs, like the dire wolf style.
What?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Those are common?
Well, not I wouldn't say common, but like a lot of people claim to see like a giant black dog.
Yeah. I mean, because I was pretty tired, so I was just like, oh, it must have just been me being like super sleepy.
Right.
Because it was huge. Like, it was literally like a wolf. So I was like, shit. And I got kind of scared, so I kind of like swerved a little bit. But other than that, I don't think I've ever had any other spooky stories. I mean, other than when I lost like my grandpa and I kept thinking that, he was walking around in the streets.
Oh, that supernatural stuff gets creepy too, for sure. Hey man, we appreciate you calling in your story, and it's not the first time someone's seen a giant floating rectangle, so don't feel weird about it. A lot of people, seems other people seen it too. So
Yeah.
All right, brother.
All right, y'all take it easy, man.
You too. Bye.
It's a strange one because like people that have seen it here, they're like, yeah, this is going to sound weird, but the only way I can describe it is it was like a giant floating mattress. And some people said that it looked like it had pot lights, and the lights would shine at the bottom like sporadically in different spots. Just interesting.
It is interesting.
Got another caller?
Not yet. But yeah, as far as like floating, if you go with like a UFO, like an anti-gravitic craft, like it wouldn't need to be aerodynamic. You could almost make it whatever shape you wanted.
I know. It's just the rectangle. It seemed like right away, I'm like, there's no way we're making anything rectangle.
Just square.
To fly. Like it just
square
doesn't
edges
make
flying
any
through.
sense.
I was reading something that was explaining like the difference in shapes, and like the one shape, I can't remember if it was a rectangle or a triangle, was usually like a government made craft. You guys heard that?
The delta shape, the triangle ones are sometimes referred to as that's something maybe like an advanced aircraft that's been developed, but not like back in the day it was the SR-71 and those planes. So a lot of people say like those are the new like unidentified like future of aircraft, but who knows? Okay, we got another caller here. Let's bring him in. Hello, you're on Cosmic Channels.
Hello.
Hello. Who are we speaking with?
Hello.
We got you.
Ryan.
Ryan, where are you calling from?
Yeah, we've got a funny story. Australia. Sydney, Australia.
Oh, right on, man.
Oh,
Long way away.
Yeah. I know, yeah. No, just thinking, I was just listening to your live stream and it got me thinking. I was living in a house that was apparently, rumours, it was built above like an old Aboriginal burial ground.
Get out.
Oh shit!
Get out of there.
oh, that's
I know how
it.
this is gonna go.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, so anyway, my mum and my auntie as well have also had different experiences with it, having like different little paranormal things. I know it's not really on topic, I thought I'd just tell it anyway.
It's all good.
But yeah, had different little paranormal experiences. But one day, anyway, I was lying in bed in my bedroom at night, and it was a double bed with a bunk bed on top. And I'm pretty young, and I was sleeping with my little brother. He was on above, and there was a light switch next to my bed that I used to be able to like just know off the top of my head, you know where your light switches are in your house.
Yep.
But anyway, so I was there, and one night I went to go to the toilet in the middle of the night and felt my light switch on the brick wall. And I swear on my life, I went around my room, like every single wall, and there was absolutely nothing, no door. I couldn't feel anything. And I just had to go back into my bed and lay down. And anyway, so that creeped me out a bit. And I laid down at night, couldn't get to sleep, woke up in the morning. I asked my mum about it, and she told me that her and her sister as well have had the exact same experience in the exact same room in that house, but like 20 years prior.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's mine.
So wait, you just can't
Yeah.
you can't get out of the room.
Oh well, no, I couldn't feel the door. I couldn't feel the light switch. I couldn't feel anything. It was only the room's not massive. It's a I don't know 5 by 5 meter room. It's only a very small room.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
that's
not
creepy.
Creepy.
Yeah,
I couldn't even imagine.
very
I've done
odd.
that. I've done that before, like at a friend's house where I wake up in the middle of the night and think it's my house, and like it's pitch black and you can't feel,
Yeah.
and you get that moment of panic. I couldn't imagine being in my own house and that going on for any prolonged amount of time. My anxiety would be through the roof.
Man,
Yeah.
It was,
No way I'd go back to bed.
Yeah.
it's crazy. If you've seen a photo of the house as well, it's the creepiest old looking house and all the heritage behind it, and it's very, very odd.
No kidding. And nothing again since?
Yeah. Anyway. That's it.
Oh, that's creepy.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me on, guys.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. Call back anytime.
Cheers. Pat.
Cheers, bye.
Take care.
So you get trapped in your own room, you can't get out. Get stuck.
Yeah, it's fucking spooky, man.
Spooky.
Like, what do you think? Maybe it's protecting him from something that's outside.
Oh,
Ooh, some walk in the hallways.
Oh,
that stuff freaks
I don't
me
like
out.
to think of either of that. That means then there's something else in the house, even if it's nice. I'm like, oh, I don't
I'd
like
rather be locked in a room with something outside than being locked out of it, I guess, or being locked in a small room with something in it. Eesh.
Something in the
it.
closet.
It's-
Yeah,
I don't
or
like
under
it.
the bed. It's always been under the bed for me.
Oh, 100%. Dude,
Yeah.
Reach out and grab you.
Well, I remember seeing a commercial when I was a kid. For some reason, I thought it was a Mars Bars commercial, but I can't remember exactly what it was. But it had all these hands creeping up underneath the fucking bed. Oh, dude, I was shook. I'm talking years. Like
I remember the
legit years.
movie, was it like Little Monsters or something with Fred Savage? And it was like the beneath the bed, like opened up into like another dimension. So that's where the monsters would come out. It was like Monsters Inc. before Monsters Inc. And it was like creepy monsters like popping out from under your bed because it was just like once it turned nighttime, like the doorway just opened up underneath your bed and it just like went, just like stairs going up from another dimension into your room. That was always
Scary,
creepy.
man.
I don't like that.
No, not for us.
But when I moved out, the first thing I did was have no bed frame. Mattress
Just
on the
mattress
ground.
on the ground.
No problem, baby.
Only way to do it. Trap
Big
them.
brain time.
Yeah.
Until you get mattress flipped by some fucking demon from the other side.
You just bench presses your fucking box spring.
Well, at least you get up. At least you get up. You know what I mean?
Would you rather it have that, or it's like poking you from underneath the bed, like something moving? Like that'd be the worst.
I mean, if you
No,
could
neither.
focus on the lower back. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That'd be
Lower.
fun. Yeah, there we go.
No, I used to always do that too, where you sleep with the bedroom door cracked open because you're like too scary to shut the door. And like thinking back, I'm like, man, that's so counterintuitive because something could just creep up to your bedroom and just like slowly push the door open and you like enter in silence and wisp you away. Now I prop some bells on there, some like jingle bells from Christmas.
Put a little bit of salt at all the
Yeah, a little
doorways.
salt.
Hang a bunch of like tin cans on strings.
Yeah, I attach a fish every night before I go to bed. I attach some fishing line from the door to my big toe. So if you open it, it pulls me.
Pulls you
So I'm
back.
off right away.
I hang
No
a little
one's
garlic.
getting me.
Yeah, you
No
pull-
one's getting the jump on
But
me.
Zell can't come over when you hang garlic, so I had to
Yeah,
take that
get
down.
Don't take that. Don't put the garlic up, boys.
No.
Oh, guy a bone here. Can't hang out.
If you got a UFO, you know what? It's been a slow night. So if you got any experience, you got paranormal, you got UFO, you've seen an alien, you've seen a cryptid, call in.
I
Numbers,
just want to shoot the shit.
you want to shoot the shit? 1-833-703-0424. We're staying on for another 30 minutes. So if you want to call, shoot the shit. It's obviously been a slower night. So we'll open it to any calls. Whatever you want to talk about.
Channels are open.
You want to talk about
Let's hear 'em.
conspiracy? You want to tell us your favorite conspiracy? You want anything you want? The lines are open.
Beer's tasting good. Tell you that much.
Oh man, I've been crushing beers all day.
Working outside, crushing a few brews.
Oh
I mean, what else are you gonna do while you're doing home improvements? Like,
That's true.
oh, I almost killed myself today, guys. That's
Electrocuted.
You pulled a Tim Allen, hey? Pulled a Tim.
just
or Tim
about.
Toolman Taylor, I mean, sorry.
So I have absolutely zero electrical skill and knowledge. Zero. So I put some new plugs in the Bigfoot trailer, and there's like a big fuse box and like all these fuses and wires and shit. I don't know how any of it works. So I was like, well, I know I need this wire to plug into some of these fuses. I don't know how it works. So I took it all apart and I was like cutting wires and like hooking it up. And to put electricity into the trailer, you've got to plug it in, and then I plugged the trailer into the wall. So I was like, always make sure it's unplugged, right? So I don't zap myself and die, especially when I'm touching the big 20 amp wires and stuff. And so I'm splicing wires, and I can't remember. I just forgot something in the garage.
Amazon Prime members now get free grocery delivery with the minimum order. You'll get your groceries with 2-hour delivery. So in that time, you can finally figure out where the biblioteca is, learn how to play the acoustic guitar, and I guess get a puka shell necklace. Do a makeup tutorial, but realize halfway contouring is hard, and you're beautiful just as you are. Whatever it is you're doing with your time, your shopper will be carefully picking out your favorite organic meats, produce, dairy, and snacks while providing contactless delivery to your door. Free 2-hour grocery delivery, now with Prime.
And I walked out, and for some reason, I don't even remember why, but at some point I plugged in the trailer and I forgot to unplug it, and I was just
Holy
cutting
fuck.
wires, and I was just about to hook everything up.
Oh my
and like for
God.
some it was divine intervention. I just walked into the garage, and as I went into the garage, I was like, why is that plugged in? I thought I unplugged it. And then I unplugged it, and I was like, I must have unplugged it from the trailer side. That's what I did. And I walked around, and that was plugged in too. I was like, holy shit. Almost died.
I thought your beard was looking a little bit more crisp than normal.
Little,
little singed on the tips there.
Yeah.
oh man, it was terrifying. I actually got scared. I don't even know why. I was halfway through something, and then I was like, oh, I want to go get this tool. And it was a tool I didn't even need for the job that I was doing. I just felt like getting up and going and get it that moment.
That'll happen.
Scary.
Terrifying.
I do not like electricity,
No.
but
It's dangerous. But awesome.
plugged it in after
Works.
I did it. Yeah,
It's working.
lights come on, so I don't know. Magic.
That's like I went back to work for the first time on the tools for like since the whole COVID thing. So what was that, mid-March?
Oh, did you lose some of your cutting skill?
Oh, buddy. Reckless. Like slipping, like almost like fingers almost by the table saw. Like cuts I would normally be so comfortable making. I was like, Jesus, is this what I used to do for a living? Like, what am I doing with this? And I'm using 2 push sticks. I've never used 2 push sticks before. I would just go fucking 2 thumbs. Now I'm got like 2. I lost my nerve on the saw. It's taking.
Oh, dude,
Now I don't even want to use it.
I hate that. I don't like using the saws. I just bought it. I bought a new saw, and I have a table saw, and I don't like using the table saw. I'll use the hand skill saw as much as I can.
I use table saw for everything, but took a while to get the confidence back in the hands.
Oh man, that's normal. That's normal with all jobs. You take a leave of absence. Every time I take a leave, I start injecting medications, and I'm like, wait, was that the right dose?
Did I just double that up?
Wait a second. Hold on a sec. Maybe, you know what? Put the paddles on just in case.
Yeah. Preemptive, just in case.
Yeah. You never know. Might have just gave this guy 10 milligrams of Epi instead of.
Man, I can't believe it's such a weird thing to have a call-in show where one week we will have calls nonstop to the point where we don't even get a chance to talk, and then the next week, almost zero.
It's real
Well,
quiet.
The weird thing is too is we're
quiet.
finally we're
Tumbleweeds.
doing it. Like this is what our podcast is about, and we're that's what the topic is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
UFOs and aliens.
yeah. Like you think we'd be getting blown up?
No, well, it just could be this Sunday. Who knows? Right?
You know, I bet you
Could
if
be
we
this
put an
Sunday.
ad on our podcast about open channels, cosmic channels.
We should actually start doing that.
Yeah, now
That's a good
that we
idea.
got it figured out,
Yeah. So
And we got
maybe
cool
we'll-
backgrounds.
got a line with a Q.
Look at this.
Cosmic
door
channels
back there and stuff.
Andrew, you look like you're sitting on the shitter.
Poop
I
casting.
am.
This
Is that
might
what we're doing?
This might be Andrew's last time recording in the zone. Thank God.
It's so he can drink and pee at the same time. Like it's just comfort. It's
great-
just efficient.
That's a great
I
idea.
can't sit down and pee. That's way too hard.
Are you kidding?
I can't. I don't know what it is. I hate it. Can't do it.
If
I
it's
feel like you should go get checked.
Yeah, I don't know. It's never been my jam. I can't do it.
what's pitch black? You just lift the lid and hope for the best.
No, yeah. Well, what I do is I kind of straddle the toilet a bit. Like I walk deep. So the toilet's. I'm not even kidding.
Saddle it?
I'm not even fucking kidding. I take a couple extra steps so I can feel the bowl
Oh, that's
on my
wild.
legs, and then I give her. Yeah, I do it, man, all the time. I work nights, so when I use the bathroom, I don't turn the lights on in the morning. Everything has to be pitch black. It's my method, man. When I'm working in Vancouver, I live with chicks. You can't be peeing on the seat.
You can be, but
Wow, I'd be getting evicted.
I know why you don't sit to pee. I know
How come?
Because you'd pee out the top of the seat.
How do you do that?
Little pig snout in it. Straight
Oh yeah,
stream.
that's a given. That's a given. That doesn't happen to everybody.
that's not a real thing. It's not common.
No, that's a normal thing. You don't tuck.
Yeah, after
Doesn't
it's in the
everybody
pool,
have to
man.
tuck?
Yeah. I'm gonna grab another beer. Let me know. I'll
Grab
hopefully
a
no one
beer.
calls
Yeah,
while
we'll
I'm
be
gone.
here. We'll hang out for a bit. Dan, what's going on in Virginia? What's going on down there, south of the border?
Not much. I registered to get my absentee ballot, which is pretty neat.
What's
I thought
that
that was
mean?
cool. So usually, if you want to get an absentee ballot to vote by mail,
Okay.
normally you have to like say why. You have to give them a specific reason, and so it has to be like I'm going to be out of the state, or I'm disabled, or I'm too sick, or whatever.
Right.
But they changed the rules recently, and they said that if you don't want to go to the polls because of COVID, you're afraid to get sick, or you're worried about getting sick, then you can mark that as a reason, a valid reason for you to request your absentee ballot. And so yeah, I requested. I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm getting that shit. I'm not going to get sick.
So that's another guaranteed vote for Trump, I'd imagine. Hey, Dan.
I'm going third party, right in.
Gotta.
Or you do a little Trump here for the camera, just a little.
Yes.
Dan, you should just run for political office. Let's get you in there.
I'm gonna run for was a city comptroller.
Dude, listen. I'm not gonna weigh in to the political stuff too much, but I will say this: watching the Twitter ramp gate where Trump like slowly walking down the ramp, I watched that and I was like,
That was
"Oh,
great.
he doesn't look like he's moving too well." And then to see his tweet where he's like, "The ramp was slippery, and the last half I full ran down it, no problem to the ground." I was like, "Man, I watched that whole video, and you did not run once at all. Nothing. I would not clarify anything
ever. Like,
But what's he trying to justify? He's got to be in
He's
his
an old guy,
70s,
man.
and he's
Who cares?
obese. And he's obese. Like, of course, you have a tough time going downstairs.
Yeah,
It's all good,
That
man.
normal.
I remember reading something about his biographer. Like when he was talking with them, they were having conversations and stuff. He said that Trump genuinely believes that the heart is like a battery, and like if you use too much energy too fast, it wears out faster.
I like that theory.
So that's why he doesn't exercise.
All right, we got that's good.
there
Good
are,
theory.
like-
But we got a caller. Let's bring him in.
Oh, okay.
Hello, you're on Cosmic Channels.
Hi.
Hello, who are we speaking with?
Hi, I'm Melanie. My name's Melanie.
Hey,
I'm
Mel.
a little nervous, sorry.
No problem. Don't be
That's all
nervous.
good.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from northern Manitoba.
Nice, way up north.
Oh, Manitoba.
Where are you?
Manitoba.
Churchill?
Yes.
By Churchill?
That's big.
No.
That's Big Sky.
Thompson area.
Okay. You got a.
I do have a story. I have quite a few actually, but there's this one that kind of sticks out, and I believe you guys would be very interested in it.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so this is actually about exactly a year ago. Around, I was given some bad news, family, and I ended up staying. I couldn't sleep well, so I ended up. I woke up 12 o'clock, and I was sorry.
No, take your time. No worries.
All good. Take a couple deep
Yeah.
breaths. You got this.
Okay, so I woke up and I just couldn't sleep anymore, and I went into a bedroom and I opened the window, and I was sad, and I had my significant other with me, and we were just talking. And again, I live far up north, so there's not a lot of communities around us. So, and it was very quiet on the street. There was a couple of dogs barking, and then out of nowhere, all the dogs, we could hear the dogs on the next street over and all around the areas, and they just started howling, the most intense howling I've ever heard. And amidst the howling, out of nowhere, this loud, booming voice, like, I don't know how to describe it, but at first, for half a second, it sounded like a man yelling. But then right after that, it sounded primal, like a primate screaming,
shit.
yelling. It was bellowing, though, and it was louder than the dog. It was as if it was trying to get the dog's attention, trying to quiet, like, ooh, that's what it sounded like to me, sorry.
Oh.
And it was long, and it was nonstop. Like, a human could not hold that the way that it I don't know. It was long, it bellowed, and again, it sounded like a man at first. It really did. I honestly thought it was a man yelling until it broke that sound barrier, and it just sounded like a big, big animal.
And how long did it go
And
on
then the
for?
dogs all just went. The dogs went quiet as soon as it started bellowing, and then they started whining.
Crazy. How long did it
And I
go on
tried
for?
to run outside. I did it for 10 seconds, and I tried to run outside to record it, but I couldn't. And then again, I was actually hysterical as well, just because I was tripped out. I did not know what to make of it. It sounded like it was just down the street from me. And then another point that I have to make is that my community is long, so it's a good 30-kilometer stretch, and I was at one end, and then one of my friends, who is a teacher, she lives at the other end of the town. Within minutes, she heard the exact same thing as she took her dog outside.
Shit. That's crazy.
Ooh, it gave me goosebumps.
I'm not going outside. I'm not going outside.
Now, is there a lot of like woods and stuff in northern Manitoba? I've never
Yes.
been
Yes.
like muskeg and stuff.
We live on the I live on the Canadian Shield, and we're surrounded by muskeg.
So that's not even easy.
Absolutely
That's not
surrounded by
even
muskeg.
easy like terrain to traverse for something big either. So
No, not at all.
That's creepy.
No, and then in order to get from point A to point B to where my friend lives, it would take 12 to 15 minutes. And this thing, she heard it about a couple of minutes after I heard it.
Man, that's crazy.
So I just thought I'd like to share that story with you guys.
Now, was
Thanks
just,
for calling in, Melanie.
that was
That's
just
awesome.
it's just the one time you heard this
goosebumps,
noise?
too.
Just that one night?
Actually, when I was 16, same street, same house, my friend was visiting, and again, the dog started acting up. Reservation, sorry, so there's loose dogs, and it's common for us. So
Okay.
the dogs are loose on the street. There's like a good six, 8 of them. And then they started running down the street, but they started whining again. Their behavior was odd. And we got up and I looked. There's a pack of them. They were brave. One of them would shoot out, and then they would, I don't know what it was, but something stopped him, and he would start backing up. He wouldn't turn around, but he would start backing up and whining. So the dogs took turns doing that a couple of times. And then sure enough, I finally looked down the street, and this big black animal, I'm going to say animal, sorry, with really long swinging arms. My street is probably like 12 to 15 feet across, and this thing took 3 strides, and it was gone.
Oh, shit. So some type of Bigfoot-esque
It was
creature.
big.
Wendigo.
Yes,
Wendigo.
I don't, yeah, it,
Wendigo.
Oh,
and like I
man.
said, I have like so many stories, and there's another one where I don't know if I don't think it was Sasquatch, but I do believe it was a Wendigo, because at first I thought it was a wolf. I turned around and it was a man, and that's when we were on the highway, and there was not supposed to be a man on the road with us. Yeah, that's another random story. I'm sorry.
No, that's crazy.
That's
That-
all
that's good.
We love this
the
stuff.
long
Yeah.
swinging arms, that's the Wendigo.
That's Wendigo, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
terrifying.
Supernatural beast.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of supernatural stuff going on for northern Manitoba, especially for me, I guess. And then I did have UFO stories, but I felt like you would like to hear something like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's,
yeah,
that's great.
100%.
That's great. Thanks for calling in and sharing that story. That's freaky as hell.
Thanks for listening.
Okay,
Bye.
call again. We'll talk to you
Thanks,
soon.
Melanie.
Bye.
Ben, let me tell you, there's a reason why 95% of the Canadians live by the border, and it's not because it's too cold further north. It's
'cause it's
because
freaky
it's
as
too
hell.
fucking creepy, man. Where do you think we've pushed all these monsters?
North of the wall, baby, way up there.
Right? North of the wall. I'm telling you, there is so much untouched
North
land
of
up
the
there.
shield.
Like people don't get, like, if you drive 4 hours from the U.S. border,
Nothing.
like in British Columbia, north, there is nothing but wilderness for like forever until you get to the ocean. Like there's nothing.
There's
a couple small communities, but it's just nothing.
It's just small logging towns and wilderness with some logging cuts. But after you get like logging cuts only go so far, and then it's just endless untouched wilderness for as far as you can see. It's crazy. You got fucking Wendigos and Sasquatch roaming around.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Stay out of the woods alone. Can't
Buddy
stress that
system.
enough. Buddy system.
Period. Just stay the
Listen,
fuck out.
I'll tell you, I'll say it first. Get the hell out of northern Canada.
Yeah. The farther north you go, the worse it gets.
I'm telling you, there's nothing up there but ice, snow, and monsters. That's
Yep.
it.
Real and supernatural. You got 1,200-pound grizzly
and
bears
oil.
and
Don't forget
Wendigos,
about the oil.
Sasquatch, and everything. All right, we got another caller. Let's bring him on. Hello, you're on Cosmic Channels.
Hey there.
Hello, who are we speaking
Hey,
with?
can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we got you. This is who?
This is Matt.
Matt, where are you calling
Matt.
from?
We're in Pennsylvania.
Oh, right on. Got a story for us?
You guys ever heard of Ray Myers Hollow?
Ray Myers Hollow. I have not. Dan?
Not off the top of my head.
I've heard about Sleepy Hollow, but
Yeah, let's hear it. Ray Myers Hollow. What do you got?
Hollow Earth.
It's it's a somewhat famous place around here. It's they made a movie about it too. What was that called?
Hex, I think.
It was called Hex.
Okay.
And a lot of like supernatural shit went down there. It was crazy stuff back then. A couple of years ago, I bought a new vehicle. It's like a little park type deal, you know. Not paved roads. Got a little camping area, you know. You can sit there and do a picnic if you want. But my wife now, my buddy and his fiance, we're all driving my new SUV, testing out the 4-wheel drive because it's about time for snow and all that fun stuff. Make sure I'm good. So it's taking a drive. My buddy's fiance is just having a conversation and straight up passes out. Like, whoop. We're all looking. What happened? I look in my rear view. My buddy, he kind of just shrugs his shoulders like, I don't know what the hell happened. And she's passed out. It's like, well, we're going to keep driving this thing. Drive for a little bit. And it's all like kind of like real narrow one-way roads. I mean, it's not really one way. You can go wherever you want, but it's a pain in the ass. You got to let somebody get around you, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So I get to a bridge, and I'm like, all right, we gotta turn this around, see what's going on. So I do like an 84-point turn this thing around.
Austin Powers.
And just driving a little bit, and out of nowhere, 2 headlights in my rear view. I'm like, all right, nobody else is here. So I'm like, well, I'm going to test this thing out pretty good. Gunning it down this dirt road. Just gunning it as fast as I can go. And I just got it, so I'm not used to it. And this thing's catching up to me, like right on me. I'm like, this ain't right. Now, I know Jeeps and stuff like that, and I look in the rear view, and it looks just like the old CJ7 headlights. There's 2 round headlights really close together. It's kind of iconic.
Right.
Like, that's weird. So I get to the little picnic area, I guess you call it, and I park. There's no place to turn. It's like it's like a cliff. You can go up, you can go down, but there's no road. I mean, if you're going to do it, you're going to be in an accident. So I'm waiting. No headlights are coming. So all of a sudden, my buddy's girl just wakes up and starts talking like she never stopped talking. And we're all looking at her like, what the fuck was that? And she's looking at us like, why we stopped? That place is beyond haunted. Ray Myers Hollow, also known as Hex Hollow, in central Pennsylvania, York County. It's down near Maryland border. It had a murder that happened in the 20s. That's why it's really famous. So there's
witchcraft.
Lots of witchcraft and all that fun stuff.
There's a place called the Witch's Circle.
The Witch's Circle. It's kind of like the middle of it. It's like a big parking area. Now it's kind of just famous around a lot of people that are in the clan that live around there.
Crazy.
Yeah,
we've been down
that
so many times.
Yeah, I just pulled it up. Yeah, just tons of stories about this place.
There was another time we went down there, and
last time I went there.
The last time we ever went there really freaked us out because there's stories down there about hounds of hell.
Great.
That if you walk around down there and a hound of hell like starts chasing you, legend has it you can't ever leave. You're gonna forever be chased. So sort of things always in the back of your head, like that kind of weird shit. But we came up from Maryland one time just for a little trip, and just out of nowhere, like, hey, let's go to the Hollow. Hey, why not? Just started raining a little bit, and I'm like, all right, well, let's just take a little quick drive. Nothing too crazy. And the weirdest thing is, it seemed like it didn't want us to go because we couldn't find the entrance. It seemed like we drove around like 5 times. We couldn't even find the entrance, and we've been there plenty of times. The place is living, you know. It didn't want us to show up.
Right.
But we finally found the room in, and we get up to like a little, like an embankment, whatever, and there's a couple of trees that got cut down. And wife and I, we're cat people. So we look over, there's a little kitty. Like, oh, look at the kitty. And this little kitty look at us, and he's looking at us, and he starts to stretch, you know, like the scaredy cat stretches you see in like the Halloween pictures of like black cats.
Yep.
There's like a black
I call
cat.
it the Andrew deadlift. looks the same.
Pretty much. Yeah.
There you go.
How much you deadlift, Braden?
So we're looking at this kitty. This little guy's stretching, and he opens his eyes. His eyes are blood red.
Oh, fuck.
You know, usually you see a cat and like headlights reflecting. You get that laser beam eyes.
Yeah.
No, this was like Darth Vader lightsaber red.
Oh, shit.
And this thing is like stretching. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It went from like a little house cat to the size of a panther in like 3 seconds. I never got out of that place faster.
House
That's
cat
the
to a
last time I ever
panther?
went.
See ya.
Shit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. It was like a werecat, if you will. I don't know. One other weird thing that happened there. This is kind of more funny than anything. There's a little lake in the middle of the place. We went there the one time, just dicking around, because that's what we were doing. You know, when you're 20s, early 30s, you got nothing better to do in a small town. Went down there. There's a lake in the middle of this place. We go to where the lake is. There's no lake. All the water's gone. Just disappeared, evaporated. Now, it wasn't hot enough for it to all just evaporate. Just gone. And you could see the trash and beer cans and all that stuff that would be there, just gone.
What?
Week later, we come back. Week later, we're back. The water's back.
There's no dam control or anything. It just vanished and reappeared.
Just like just a big pond. I mean, but we've been there enough. We've been there when it's like 100+ degrees. There's water there.
Yeah, water doesn't
Totally
evaporate
random.
that quick.
Yeah. Or come back in a week.
Yeah, no kidding. Weird. So
That place is
just a
weird.
crazy supernatural area.
Yeah, you could say that again.
Huh. We'll put it
You
on.
might be able to do a story on that.
Yeah.
Check it out.
We're gonna put it on the list
Yeah,
of
put it on
pod
the
trips,
list.
Andrew?
Nope.
We'll go. We'll stop there, then we'll go down to the Bridgewater Triangle. Same trip.
I'd rather stay in Craig's Triangle personally, but it's fine.
Well, everyone's in Craig's Triangle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where I am
Same
right
thing.
now. Me at home.
Awesome, man. Hey, thanks for calling in, sharing that. We're gonna look more into that. That sounds like right up our alley. So that's crazy.
Right on. Have
Hey.
a good one, guys.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah,
We got time for one more call. If
if another
wanna tell
call
us a
comes through,
story.
we'll take one more. If not, then
I did a quick wiki of that place. It's a pretty cool story.
yeah, I pulled it up. A couple quick ones there.
Yeah, lots
To
of
lift the
crap.
curse.
Or are you gonna hashtag look it
I'm gonna
up?
leave you in suspense. Well, basically, a guy cursed another guy with a witch, and the witch told the guy that was cursed, so they went and tracked him down and killed him. And then they decided to burn down his house, but they couldn't burn down his house, so that's how they knew that he was cursed by a witch.
It's a friend of mine.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, we got one more call. Let's bring her in. Hello, you're on Cosmic Channels.
What's up, boys?
Yo.
Hey, how you guys doing, man?
Good. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
Joey, I actually called last week and slaughtered an encounter story, but I just wanted to give you guys a shout out, actually, real quick.
Yeah, come on, man. Let's hear it.
First off, I'm happy Andrew's there because I have been listening to you guys now for like a month and a half, and I do windshield, so I'm putting on my headphones, and I listen to like 5-6 episodes a day, so I'm trying to crush through them, but I got to the Lisa Lamb episode at one point.
That's the early
And
ones.
you guys were talking about Blade.
Yeah.
God, that shit killed me. I was laughing so fucking hard. This brings me to, I don't know if you guys remember Blade 3.
Oh, yeah.
So I have thought about this ever since I saw that and you guys brought it up. There was the most ridiculous moment when Blade's on top of a building talking to like the bad guy, and the bad guy literally goes, catch, and trucks the baby in the air. Blade does like a somersault, catches it, and looks at the baby and goes, boo gaga. And that just popped in my head, and I was just laughing so fucking uncontrollably hard when you guys were talking about this instead. So look that up on YouTube. You can find it. It killed.
Dude, Wesley Snipes got the best
Well, real
one-liners.
Oh, dude, for sure. Especially in that. And I don't even know when the third one came out, but I remember watching that and was like, that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever fucking seen. But Dan, your stories are amazing. Thank you so much. You're a great storyteller. Andrew, your hobby files are fucking sick. Rand, you make me laugh ridiculously hard. You're so damn funny. And Zell, if you ever come out to Colorado, I'm love to be a vampire, dude.
All right, let's
Fuck
do it.
yeah, brother.
We'll get there one day.
Sweet. Hey, thanks for all the great content. I try to watch live, but I'm always on the road, so I'm just checking out. But you guys are great. Just want to call and say thanks, man.
Hey, cheers. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Joey.
Later, boys.
Later.
Take care. Man, I guarantee that was one of his that was one of the lines in his rider. Like he had complete creative control over that line.
That's one of your 3 lines that you get per in this contract.
Buddy, I am so ready for Blade 4.
Is it in the works?
Oh. No, it's not.
You know what, though? It's not going to be as good. It's not going to be as good.
Well, Marshall Ali
we're gonna-
is playing Blade. I want Wesley Snipes continuing the saga and it being Blade 4.
Hey, well, if someone wants to call, we'll take one more call. That last one was short, so someone just called and hung up. So call back if you want. If not, then we're going to end this here pretty quick.
I mean, unless we have Wesley Snipes playing Whistler, which would be fucking phenomenal. I'd be all over that.
Yeah, it'd be pretty funny. I'd like that.
But that Marshall Ali guy, he's a wicked actor. I think he's going to do a good job, but I don't think he's going to have as iconic of one-liners.
No.
Be hard to beat.
He also, I heard that he had called Marvel Studios to have a meeting with them, and he walked in and he said, I want to do Blade. And they were like, yeah, all right.
Okay.
Well, didn't he
Sure.
win? He won he was nominated or he won an Academy Award. And once that happens, that's like, all right, man, what do you want to do? It's your choice.
He's like, I want to make that Marvel money.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. And they're like, yeah, here's your 15-year contract.
Yeah.
You're locked in for life.
This
We
is
hope
your
you
role
know
for
that.
life. Welcome to the
Go
new
ahead,
Iron
sign
Man,
here in
bitch.
blood, and you're good.
I don't know though, because with Blade can kind of be a one-off, right? Like he's not going to play a part in the Avengers movies.
They're not gonna chance it being a one-off. They're gonna be like, if you sign on for that, like you sign with Marvel, you're on there for life. Because that's what
Disney
Chadwick
money.
Boseman is so pissed off about, because he's like, I don't want to be on here forever.
It's that Disney
All right,
money.
we'll bring in one more caller here, and then we're going to end Cosmic Channels.
Beauty.
Hello, you're live.
Hey, how you doing, guys? My name's Tony.
Hey, Tony, where are you calling from?
Calling
Tony.
from Florida.
From Florida, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Just want to say I love your podcast. You guys crack me up. I've been listening for about 3 weeks now, and I haven't finished it all, but it's pretty awesome.
Cheers, man.
Right on,
Appreciate
man.
it. You got a story for us?
I got a story about. Yeah, I got a story about a ghost story actually.
Let's hear it.
It happened. It happened when I was about 12 years old. I was visiting some family in New Mexico. My aunt and my uncle and my cousins, and we're little kids. We you do the Bloody Mary thing. You try to have a little fun.
Nope.
Yep.
And I don't know if we tried.
I thought you were talking about the drink. I was like, yeah, I've been there.
No.
No, the fucking mirror shit. No, thank you.
Yeah, that's where you spin around 3 times and scream Bloody Mary, and then the fucking comes out the mirror at you.
Yeah, you look at the mirror in the dark.
I do not look at mirrors in the dark to this day. I
yeah.
refuse. Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. While drinking a Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were doing that, and then I don't know if we, had some ghost come to us or something, but we were in the living room, and adjacent to us was the dining room. So it's one big room, and we're just laying there watching TV. We all fall asleep, and I wake up about 2:00 in the morning, and I felt like something else was in the room, and I see behind the dining room table a little girl with a red dress, and she saw me, so she comes running towards me, and I quickly closed my eyes, and I felt like she was close to me, so I slowly opened my eyes, like squinted, and she was not even kidding, like 6 inches from my face. And I quickly closed my eyes, and I felt like she wasn't in front of in my face anymore. So I opened them, and she went behind the dining room and then disappeared.
Oh,
But that's just when you
that's
throw an
pretty much
uppercut.
my story.
Just close your eyes and throw an uppercut from hell. Hogan style.
Exactly.
Jeez.
But I mean, it wasn't.
Oh,
The ghost wasn't very menacing or anything like that. It seemed kind of nice almost.
I mean-
but it did kind of frighten me a little bit.
I mean, even
Yeah,
if I
that's
saw
it.
Casper the Friendly Ghost, I'm still throwing uppercuts. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
that's creepy, man.
Yeah. That's my story.
Hey, cheers. We appreciate it.
Terrifying.
All right, man. We're going to end this episode of Cosmic Channels, but we're doing these every week. So if you got more stories, feel free to call back anytime.
All right, guys. See ya.
Have a good night.
Thanks for
Bye.
the call, man.
A slow start, but we got some calls at the end. Always fun.
Got some calls, yeah.
All right, I think that's we're gonna wrap this episode up. We're trying to cap them around an hour, and that's about it. So, Dan, you said you wanted to close it off, didn't you?
I guess, yeah. Thanks everybody for calling into Cosmic Channels. We had a great time listening to all your stories, and Andrew looks like he's sufficiently terrified.
Mm-hmm.
So hailing frequencies are closed. Signing off.
Cosmic Channels is brought to you by Big Theory Productions. The Cosmic Channels are now closed.